All right, so can you tell me a little bit about the license requirements for you to be able to sell raw milk here in Texas?
Sure. We're a grade A raw milk for retailer, which requires you to have a license from the state of Texas. We're a grade A dairy. We applied for a grade A raw milk for retail license. We've met the requirements, and that's how we are able to legally sell raw milk in the state of Texas.
Okay. Another question that someone asked me is, what's the lifespan of a free-range grass-fed cow compared to a zero-grazing grain-fed cow? So the lifespan difference.
Well, I can just tell you that the average lifespan of a dairy cow in the United States is an average between 2 to 3 years, and our average age here is somewhere between 5 to 6 average years.
Okay.
So I don't know that there's anything scientific about, whether the stat's been kept on free-range cattle versus confinement cattle, but those are the averages in the country. It's between 2 to 3 years, and ours is here between 5 to 6 years.
Okay, wonderful. Can you tell me a little bit about the Western Price Foundation and their project, A Campaign for Real Milk?
The Western Price Foundation is a nonprofit organization that is a firm believer of raw milk and raw milk products, and I will have to give them a lot of credit for my business because I've been posted on their website, and I really appreciate that, and they've sent me a lot of business, but that is the Western Price. Now, there is a movement in the state of Texas in order to get raw milk sold at farmers markets and not off the farm. And while I am an advocate of raw milk, I'm still undecided about the push for just milk to be widely sold everywhere off of the farm, because I'm a firm believer that people need to be able to see where the milk is produced and make an educated decision whether it is coming from healthy animals, if it's coming from a humane dairyman, and that it's coming from a clean facility. So all those things are taken away if you're able to just go to a farmer's market and this guy has a raw milk and he's able to sell it to you.
Right.
Something else that we do is we check milk quality here, which we've talked about before, which is something that's not required by all dairymen that sell raw milk. We test for Listeria, which is the deadly one. We test for E. coli, which is another deadly one, and then we test for coliform. And, this raw milk revolution is going to continue. I hope that at some point everybody that sells raw milk, whether it's on the farm or off the farm at a farmer's market, will have to meet those same testing requirements.
Excellent.
For the good of the industry.
I see where you're coming from with the concern about the safety of the milk, but it is unfortunate that, like, when I was living in Austin, I don't think there's raw milk available there.
No. No, there might have been some goat guys down there that you could have gone and gotten, but a raw milk dairy in Austin, I don't know of one. I think there's one down towards Brenham.
Okay.
In Schulenburg, I know there's one in Schulenburg.
It's been over 20 years since I've had a glass of milk, and I would be curious to try some yours and see how my body reacts to it, because I don't have a problem eating a little bit of cheese, and I've had your yogurt. It's absolutely delicious. But my mom took me off milk when I was 10 years old, and I've just been enjoying rice milk and millet milk and soy milk and making my own milk for over 20 years, so I haven't had the need for milk, but I'm going to try this and see how it goes.
Okay.
All right, so I just bought a gallon of the milk, raw milk, and I'm going to try it here. It's been over 2 decades since I've had a sip of milk, and honestly my heart is beating. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm going to try it and see what it's like. It doesn't really taste too much like it's not really strong at all. It's not like I remember milk years ago. Huh. I think I'm going to go put some cacao in this and make chocolate milk.
That would be good.
Thank you so much for your time, Todd. I really appreciate it.
we got those yesterday. Today
they're
comes complete. We didn't wash those.
Oh, you didn't have your greens.
No.
You've got all kinds of chickies.
Yeah, we have Americano.
There you go. The Easter egg chicken?
Yep. Yeah, I love them, man. I grew up with them. I love them. They're fabulous.
Very well with
That's really a lot of fun. Answer the question.
So there happens to be a customer here, and I thought I would ask her her experience with this milk. So, how long have you been drinking it?
I've been drinking actually raw milk for probably 10 years, and the Jersey and Guernsey milk here is probably the best I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what were you saying about the butter a second ago?
The butter is absolutely the best because not only is it made from the Jersey milk, but it's also cultured, and you don't get that in other places, and that's truly the best old-fashioned butter there is. And my husband loves it so much that we have to not cook it. He wants it on his crackers and bread plain because to us it's like our special spread.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have children?
Yes.
And what do they think of the product?
Well, my boy loves raw milk. I mean, he grew up on goat's milk, and then we moved on to this milk, and he absolutely loves that. And my stepdaughter does too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Here at Lucky Layla Farms, my wife and I stop by and we get about 3 gallons every week for us and our 3 kids, and it is fantastic. We know it's healthy for our family to have the extra nutrients fresh from the farm. So we go the extra mile. We actually live in Grand Prairie, which is 45 minutes away. Whenever we're in town, we come and get some milk or make a special trip just because it's worth it for that nutrition for our family.
Wow. And how long have you been making the trip up here?
Since they started selling it almost, I think for what, a few months?
Yeah,
for a few months, for maybe 2 or 3 months we've been coming.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Well, that concludes my tour of Lucky Layla Farms here in Plano, Texas, and it's been a great day. So thanks for joining me on this tour, and please post your comments down below on what you think about raw milk and the dairy industry in general. I would love to hear your feedback, and let's help spread the word about this raw milk revolution and what's going on, and do what we can to vote locally with our dollars. It's very important to know where your food comes from, and I'm very grateful that Todd opened up the doors to his farm here for us to check it out. So yeah, please post your comments down below and share this with your friends on Facebook, and have a great day.